Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police with Yukon King, swiftest and strongest lead dog breaking the trail in the relentless pursuit of lawbreakers in the wild days of the Yukon. Back to the days of the gold rush as Sergeant Preston with his wonder dog Yukon King meets the challenge of the Yukon. This is the Yukon, the territory patrolled by Sergeant Preston. A harsh country that molded human souls, weeding out the weaklings, leaving only the strong and courageous to carry on in the struggle for gold and power. Ashahik, a settlement in the Lake District which had mushroomed from an obscure Indian village to a boom town after gold was discovered. But trouble came when two opposing factions fought for control of the area. There was Aaron Hewitt and his son Andy in fierce opposition to Brad Buell, who had ruled Ashahik with an iron hand until Hewitt established a weekly newspaper, The Bonanza, and instituted a front-page campaign to break the power of the town boss.
Where's your dad, Andy?
Dad's in Whitehorse on business.
Afraid to face the music after that libel he printed in your filthy sheet yesterday, huh?
Dad's no coward. That's a lie.
Like son, like father. I'm lending the hall to the Vigilance Committee. Next week after the meeting, we'll see who's top dog around here.
I tell you, Sergeant, as sure as I sit here, Brad Buell is behind this wanton crime.
I appreciate your position, Mr. Hewitt, but you've given me no proof to substantiate your belief.
Proof, Sergeant. I came here to you in Whitehorse for that. You conducted the investigation. Surely the police are competent enough.
We are, Mr. Hewitt, but we must deal in facts, not surmises. Preliminary investigation brought to light no positive connection between Buell and the crime, outside of the fact that it happened on his premises.
But surely you suspect the man.
Suspicion is not evidence, Mr. Hewitt.
But I know this man, Sergeant. He and that shady lawyer friend of his, Caleb Jenks, have rigged our town. They're milking it dry. Well, even the head of our so-called Vigilance Committee, Curley, is Brad's barkeep. It's my duty.
I agree there's reason to suspect Buell and his gang, but we must have proof. Meanwhile, please print nothing of this discussion.
Nothing?
Absolutely nothing, Mr. Hewitt. You know this story as libelous as well as I do.
I'm hoping it will make Buell mad enough to come out from behind Jenks' legal trickery. At least, may I print, the police have Buell under suspicion?
No, Mr. Hewitt, you may not.
You've disappointed me, Sergeant. Perhaps you believe Brad's tale that my newspaper foments trouble, bringing crime and ruination to our town. Is that it?
I've heard lots of tales, Mr. Hewitt. None of them have been proved. That's why I'm going back to Ashahik to continue my investigation.
I suppose you all saw the last edition of the Bonanza. It's lies like this that have given this town a bad name, and it's got to stop. And it's up to this duly elected committee to do the stopping. Everything was fine in this town until Hewitt and that lily-livered kid of his moved to Ashahik. Now I say it's time we run him out of town.
Dad, we gotta get out of town right away, tonight.
What in thunderation's gotten into you, Andy? Pull yourself together. Every time an owl hoots, you jump.
The Vigilance Committee's over at the hall, and Curly's talking trouble. I just heard him.
If you have a story, write it. Here's the editorial for the next issue. I'm calling it Throw the Rascals Out. Run it on the front page in a 2-column spread.
Dad, you don't seem to understand. These men will stop at nothing. Curly wants us run out of town. Well, even our lives may be in danger.
If you're not too scared, I'd like this set tonight and a proof pulled. If it looks as good in print as it sounds, I may use it in pamphlet form right away without waiting for the next issue.
Didn't you hear what I said? Don't you believe me?
I believe you. I'm not afraid of Curly. I'm a newspaper man, Andy. The first law of the press is get the truth. The second is print it. I've always lived by that law, and I don't intend to change now. Two things a man can never be at the same time. A newspaper man and a coward. I am a newspaper man. Which are you, Andy?
This will be ready for you in the morning, Dad.
Thanks, son.
Open up. Unlock the door, Hewitt, or we'll break it down. Oh, it's you. Where's your old man?
Dad's gone long ago. Maybe you better come back in the morning.
You'll be a long way from here in the morning. All right, man, you know what to do.
Come on, go. You got no right. You ruined my father. What can I tell him?
You ain't gonna tell him anything. Take off that apron.
You blundering fool. You've really thrown the fat into the fire this time.
I was only following Brad's orders, Mr. Jenks.
Where are they? In the office? All right, where is he? What have you done with him?
In there, temporarily.
Temporarily? Well, may I ask what you intend doing with him?
You've always said you were the brains of this outfit, Caleb. You tell me. Curly couldn't have done anything with him after what happened tonight.
What I should do is let you stew in your own juice. I warned you, Brad.
Tomorrow's back in town. He's over at the newspaper office now with old man Hewitt. One of the boys just sent the word.
All right, put that thing away. You're in enough trouble already, you and your strong-arm boys.
You mean we, don't you? What do you want me to do? Wait for Preston to step in here and put the cuffs on us?
Oh, stop playing the fool, Brad. Get that young mollycoddle in here now. Quick. I have an idea. All right. Untie his hands and take off that gag. Brad here wants to kill you. Now, if you wish to remain alive, you'll do as I say. Do you understand? All right. Sit down at that desk and write what I dictate. Begin it with, Dear Dad. And then say, at the time you read this, it'll be too late to stop me. I have taken the sled and the team, and I am not coming back.
It's my fault, Sergeant. Andy was never cut out for a job like this. He doesn't belong in the Yukon. I should have listened to the boy. Now he's gone, my only son. I'm a stubborn old fool.
Let's not look at the darkest side of the picture until we have reason to, Mr. Hewitt. Maybe Andy wasn't even here when this happened.
Then where is he? Why didn't he come home?
That's what I intend to find out, with King's help. Is there anything around here Andy might have worn recently?
He was wearing this apron tonight.
Come here, King. This is Andy's boy. All right, get the scent. Well, we've got to find him. Best you go home, Mr. Hewitt. I'll get in touch with you as soon as I have something to report. You ready, boy? Let's go. Keep your chin.
Dad, I have wrecked the shop.
Sit down. Do as he says. Right.
Dad, I have wrecked the shop to save you from yourself. I know it'll break your heart. But it is better than fighting Mr. Buell. Now you'll no longer have to cover up for me. It is better this way. All right, sign it, Andy. Yeah, this should do the job. All right, tie him up again.
Get up. Give me a hand.
Sergeant Preston's coming. I'll go out the back way.
Preston's here.
All right. Keep your mouth shut and let me do all the talking. You sure Andy stowed away safely?
You're head of this so-called vigilance committee, Curly. What do you know about the wrecking of the Bonanza office tonight?
Nothing, Sergeant.
Going into the printing business?
Printing business? Oh, that's a little lamp-black. I've been doing a little painting. Why?
We'll talk about it later. Come on, King.
Door's unlocked. Well, well, Sergeant. This is a surprise.
Well, I doubt that. But I'm glad to find you in. A few questions I'd like to ask you, Brad.
Just a moment, Preston. As Brad's attorney, I'd like to know the nature of these questions first.
Very well, Jenks. They're in regard to the malicious destruction of Hewitt's property, the disappearance of his son, and the death of Oliver Brodney.
I can answer for my client, Sergeant. He has no information of any kind to give you.
In other words, you've advised Brad not to talk, is that it?
Bluntly, yes. And I'll not see my client imposed upon.
What's in here? No dead bodies, Sergeant.
Usual things you'll find in a closet, Sergeant. Clothing, supplies.
Come on, King, come on. Come on, King, come on out of there. All right, King was mistaken. It might be wiser if you didn't listen to Jenks, Brad. Sometimes a man can be too smart.
Better remember that yourself, Sergeant.
I'll ask you two to stay in town until my investigation is completed. Good night. Come on, King.
Now Preston will keep looking for Andy until he finds him. Think of someplace else to hide him beside my attic.
I have. Just give me time to put my plan into execution.
Not much time. If this scheme fails, I'm killing that Monty as well as the young punk.
You do that, Brad, and you'll hang alone.
Preston knew from King's behavior that Andy had been taken to Brad's office and at some point confined in the closet.
All right, King.
But Preston was up against a shrewd man in Jenks. Andy Hewitt, dead or alive, would not be easy to find. Before picking up Andy's trail, Preston decided to check with Hewitt for any possible new developments.
Sorry, Mr. Hewitt. So far, I've been unable to find any trace of Andy.
Sit down, Sergeant. I know where Andy is.
Where?
Read this. Self-explanatory. Yes, Sergeant. Andy wrote it. It's in his handwriting. I found it here on the table when I returned home. The dog team and sled were gone. He must have been hiding outside, waiting to slip into the house when I left. I knew he was afraid. But I never dreamed he'd ruin the press. Then run like a coward. Leave me to face the music alone.
Preston knew this was no time to mention his own fear of Andy's forcible detention.
At least you have some assurance that Andy's still alive. King and I'll pick up his trail.
We planted the note in Hewitt's cabin just before he got back there. And Joe has got Hewitt's sled and dogs hidden near the back trail.
And Sergeant Preston?
Tim reported he saw the Mountie going into Hewitt's cabin a short while ago.
And we haven't any time to lose. You're taking over now, Curly. Put Andy on the sled and follow the ridge trail toward the border. Do you know that route?
Like the back of my hand, Mr. Jinks.
Now, there's a turnoff at Cluane Lake. When you reach the lake, leave Andy on the sled and start the team out across the ice after you've cut his bonds.
But it's too thin. The sled will break through the ice.
That's the intention. Now, get that dead miner's poke.
One thing more you said, Mr. Jinks. You said cut him loose. What if he jumps off before the sled goes through the ice?
Curly, I'm surprised at you. What does a barkeep usually give a man who raises too much fuss?
Yeah, knockout drops.
Exactly. And in plenty of time for them to take effect. Now remember, before you send the sled through the ice, leave the remains of a campfire nearby with Brodney's empty poke in it and cover your tracks. You understand?
Sure. You're pinning the murder on Andy, and Andy will be dead. But how do I get back without a dog sled?
Cut back toward the ridge trail again. I'll have a man waiting there for you with a team. His sled will be piled high with supplies from Brad's storeroom. Brad will spread the word around that he sent you to Carmack for these supplies. That'll give you a reason for being out of town.
You're a smart one, Mr. Jinks. I sure am glad you're on our side.
All right. Get going.
Preston and King quickly found the trail of Hewitt's fleeing dog team. After refreshing King's memory of the missing man's scent, Preston again took up pursuit, believing Andy held the key to the entire Aishahik problem. For the rest of the night and most of the short day, the pursuit continued, with Preston's superior team, led by Yukon King, gradually closing the distance between pursued and pursuer. Still about half an hour ahead of Preston, Curly dutifully followed instructions at the head of frozen Cluane Lake. But finding wood for a campfire took longer than Curly planned. Andy began to recover from the effect of the drug given him earlier. Facing death, he pretended unconsciousness, and a plan formed in his brain.
Well, this is where you and I part company, pal. You're not gonna leave me here like this, are you?
You're not seriously hurt. There's a sled coming up the trail. I just heard the dogs. I'm cutting back on the ridge trail to Aishahik. And I hope I'll be in time to save my father.
You're going up against Brad? Alone?
The last 2 days, I've had a lot of time to think. And I've got a lot to make up for. Hey!
Fellow citizens, no reason for me to tell you why we are here today. There's a blot on our fair community which must be, will be, rubbed out. And I refer to none other than that blackguard Hewitt, who has been using his newspaper to besmirch a leading citizen of our community while shielding his own criminal son.
I can't promise you immunity, Curly, for what you've just confessed, but I'll put in a word in your behalf. Now, which way did Andy go?
The same way I was going. Back across country to the Ridge Trail. I was supposed to meet Joe there. If he recognizes Andy, he'll gun him down.
We better get started. King will pick up his trail. Get in the sled. All right, on you, Husky.
I say there's no room in Aishahik for such a man. Even now, Sergeant Preston is on the trail of Andy Hewitt, who is fleeing toward the border with his ill-gotten gains and the blood of Oliver Brodney on his hands. know you're in there. Hey, get out of there. Come on, Hewitt. You're leaving, Hewitt, but it's going to be done our way. Grab him, boys.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Do you ever hear of the trial of ordeal, Hewitt?
You don't mean...
The citizens of Asia Hick are giving you a break, Hewitt. They've agreed to give you a sled, 5 days' supplies, and they're sending you across the St. Elias mountain range. If you survive to reach the other side, then you're free.
I haven't a chance. That's murder.
That didn't seem to bother you when Andy murdered and robbed poor Oliver Brodney.
That's a bare-faced lie, Jinx. Brad here murdered Brodney, and you tried to murder me to cover up for him.
Andy, I thought...
Get him in!
Hold it. Now turn my dad loose and don't move anybody. Move over here, Dad. I've already gotten 2 of your men today, Jinx, and I wouldn't mind shooting another 1 or 2 in self-defense.
So the mollycoddle's going to make a grandstand play, eh? Well, it won't work, Andy.
Oh, yes, it will, Jinx. Because if you force my hand, you're going to be the first one to get shot. Now order your men to back up against the wall. Oh! Pete, Bill, stand guard on these men for me.
Let us through here. Stay where you are, Jenks.
Sergeant, Jinx is getting away.
I'll get him. You take care of Brad. King! 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 Man, those 2 men over in the corner. Fire! Run!
Get your hands up. Now move out to the street. March!
I give up, Sergeant. I give up. Everything's in Brad's safe at the cafe. All the evidence, but I'm not implicated.
Yes, you are. Curly confessed. Now, on your feet. Get your hands behind you.
You got to listen to me, Sergeant. I helped Brad plan the robberies, but I had nothing to do with the killings.
Well, that's for a jury to decide. Get over there at the sled.
Sure was a mess, Dad. But we'll get out the next issue if I have to stone-proof every copy.
Now you're talking like a newspaper man. Welcome, Sergeant and King.
King has a duty to perform, but before he does, I'm sure you'd be happy to know that Brad, Jenks, and the rest of the gang are safe in the Dawson jail. And once again, Asia Hick's a free town. Now, that's a real story for you to print, Mr. Hewitt.
Wonderful, Sergeant, but unfortunately, we can't go to press without new equipment.
Well, King, that sounds like our cue, old boy. For the weekly bonanza from the grateful people of Asia Hick. Go ahead, open it up.
Why, it's money. It's pokes, nuggets, dollars.
I don't understand.
Well, King and I have been delegated to tell you that the people of Asia Hick are proud of both of you. And they want you to use this to build the greatest newspaper north of the border. And right now, they're waiting outside to hear a few words from you. Come on.
Fellow citizens.
Well, the speeches are just beginning, King. But for us, this case is closed.